Hello and welcome to my predictions, okay? My crystal ball's been, it's been, you know, I've put it in the garden, but it's all wet now. Because it's raining in Scotland, but it's all energised, okay? If you hear a kind of buzzing noise, I've got an update about the situation going on in America, so that's rendering just now, so I just hope you can't, the buzzing doesn't annoy, you know, it's not too loud and it doesn't annoy you, okay? So as you can see, I'm on camera, because obviously I'm just kind of going to get started in a wee minute. I'm going to be using sage and kind of obviously smudge the room, because I do it every month. So I don't know if it's something you would like to see camera in the way, you know, like a smudge. I don't know, I'll see, okay? So without further ado, we'll just see if we can get started. See if there's anything. What can I say? Oh, please ignore the trains. Okay, what can I say? Right, okay. You know, right away I'm getting Donald Trump. He's like front and centre, right? Now the mainstream media, I can see the mainstream media and they're on the phone, right? And they're like scrubbing him out, right? They're taking like a great big felt marker, right? And they're scrubbing his face out and they're all laughing and they're having fun and they're drinking champagne, right? And they're making deals already, okay? Not to carry anything that he said, not to carry any updates. They're the most corrupt people I've ever seen in my life, right? So that's what they're going to do. They're trying to erase him. So I would be careful of that, because they're trying to erase him, because he's still a threat. I'm getting told he's still quite a threat to them, so they're trying to erase him. So I hope he's up to his security. Do you know why? I'm seeing in this, right? I'm seeing see like a big, it's like an underground bunker, right? And what it is they're on the underground bunker, and there's police, there's FBI, I can see military, and Donald Trump is sitting right at the head of the table, right? And he's sitting at the head of the table, and there's documents all over the table, like white documents, right? And do you know how sometimes there's a seal, right? A kind of seal as classified, right? So in this, it's classified, right? Documents. And I'm getting, I don't know the generals or anything, right? I'm not really sure of them, but there's this general, he's quite a stout kind of man. I wouldn't say he's like overweight, it looks as if he works out, right? And he's got kind of sandy coloured, the same kind of coloured hair as Donald Trump, right? And he is saying they're not as clever as they think they are. They're not as clever as they think they are. And I'm seeing, oh gosh, now I'm like in a car, right? I don't one of the big armoured cars, like, I don't mean it as in an armoured car, I mean like a kind of bulletproof car, right? And I'm sitting in the back of it as if I'm earwigging, right? And they're having a conversation. So wait till we see where I'm getting taken. I'm an observer, right? Oh well, right, okay. So we're now in the headquarters of the Democrats, right? And there's quite a lot of military, there's quite a lot of FBI, lawyers. I see lawyers because I see like documents, oh, what would you call them? It's not like dossiers, it's something. And the hierarchy in the Democrats are not happy, oh, they're shaking their head. Oh, they are not happy at all. They thought they had this sewn up. And I can see what's happening is, right? They're standing, the Democrats are at one side of the table, right, just at this side of the table, and like say the Republicans are at this side of the table, and everybody's got their lawyers involved, right? But this person in a general's outfit is just kind of slight. He's going like that. There's two choices, right? He's giving them two choices. The first choice is to I'm getting rerun the election. That's what I may as well tell you what I'm getting. Rerun. They can either rerun the election, or I mean, I know that they're recounting. I always tell you what I know, right? So I know that they're recounting, but this is something. He's saying something about the ballots, and they're arguing. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, I've never seen anything like it. Really arguing, and they're arguing because the Republicans are raging because, and they're saying, how dare you do this to, you know, like to America? How dare you take American democracy? So they're giving them two choices, right? They'll take me back to these two choices. One, to rerun the election fairly, they're telling me, fairly, right? Well, they're not telling me, they're telling them, right? Rerun the election fairly, or they go to court. Oh my gosh. Right, seeing that dossier that general put over, like, I mean, he's left it over the table and he's pointing to it, and I don't know, see, I don't know them because I'm in Scotland, right? So the kind of, we would say Hygiene, right? The kind of head of the Democrats has opened the dossier, and he's literally fell back onto his chair. He's fell on his chair, he's as white as a sheet, so whatever dirt that the Republicans have on the Democrats, and they're going to, they've got two choices: rerun the election again fairly, or they're going to release all the dirt that they've got on them. Goodness me. I'm back in the car. It's as if I'm an observer, right? And I'm back in this car. So I don't know, I think this is what's happened. And then that's why they went quite quickly and declared, what's his face? Biden president. That's why they've done that, because they've given them an ultimatum. So I would be, this is me, I always say what I think, I shouldn't really say what I think, but me personally, my opinion, I would watch for documents when the Democrats coming out. But you know, it was like a two-way thing, you know, it's, you do this to me, and you do this to us, we'll do this to you, but there's nothing they can touch Donald Trump with, because they've already done it all. You know, I'm still getting Barron in the middle of this, in the middle of it, right? So Barron Trump is quite prominent in what is going on. It looks to me as if, I always call him we, see when I call somebody we, I mean young, right? So it's as if he knows something, and he knows how to do something. Barron knows how to do something, and they were getting him to do it, and it's something good. It's no like evil or anything. It's something, you know. Donald Trump is saying, "I'll get Barron to do it, because if I'd done it, it would take me twice as long. It would take twice as long." So he's giving it to Barron. I wonder if he's a wee visit something, you know. What else to see? Do you know, I've been taken from America and landed right in France, right in the middle of Paris, right, and there's riots going on. They're taking people off the street. The police over there are horrendous. They're not police over there, they're not police. They're entities masquerading as police, and they're taking them off the street, right? Taking them off the street. I can see it, and you know, they're trying to oh, what's that, quell the people. And they're trying to quell the people with putting terrorists out and putting, and it's not happening because more and more and more people are spilling out into the street, and they've got their placards, right, and obviously they're written in French, but you can get the sense where they're not accepting what's going on. They're not accepting it at all. And the police over there have ramped everything up. And I'm getting told Macron is not all that he professes to be. So, wow. When I done the cards, I get Canada strongly, right? So I'm getting Canada again, right? So I can see snow, right? Snow. And I can see like an avalanche. I don't know where it is, but it's an avalanche coming down and people are running. So just let's hope that, you know, all is well there, but it's definitely an avalanche. And do you know what it is? It's like I would say it's like a corporation, some winking company, and they've just been piling the snow high and piling the snow high and piling the snow high, and it's like a wee village down below, right, and they were telling them to stop doing it, and it's caused an avalanche. So people are raging. They're kind of having a press conference and people are raging. I can see the Canadian is it president in Canada? Is he a young man? I'm assuming he's the president. He's a young man anyway with dark hair, and people are booing him. He's getting booed. Getting really booed. See, like France, I think people, it looks to me as if people in Canada are getting fed up now. They're not buying it. They're not buying the narrative anymore. What else am I seeing? You know what I'm seeing as well? I'm seeing over here in the UK, the kids are all walking out, the older kids are all walking out of school, and they're ripping their masks off. Walking out of school and ripping their masks off, right? Now I always tell you what I actually know what's going on, right? Because I've got as you know, I'm kind of in the media. I'm not in the media, I'm kind of alternative media, right? So people are telling me what's going on, right? So I always let you know, so what I actually know and what I've actually been told. So what I've been told from the people and what I'm hearing from the people, from parents, is that they've not been mandated, this hasn't come from the government, it's guidance. And it looks to me as if the power in the schools just went to the head teacher's head, right? So that's what I know to be happening. So I don't want to kind of conflate the two. I want you to know that that's personally what I know, right? So, but I am seeing teenagers, I would say from, no maybe not, as young as 14, 16 to 18, and they've all walked out of school and they're ripping their masks off and they're standing at the gate, and it's having the ripple effect. See the way that is it Greta you call her? Greta Gutenberg or whatever the hell her name is. See the way that movement went with her? That's a movement that's going to happen with the schools, because the pupils are fed up. They're fed up wearing that mask all day. What else do I see? I see London. As I said, every time I see London, it's a London bus I see, so that's how I know it's London. I mean, I know landmarks in London, but it's always a London bus. So what am I seeing in London? You know, I'm seeing they're going to try and set off a terrorist attack. And it's the same kind of outfit, right? And it's the same kind of underground military base, right? It's an underground military base, and the people are starting to rebel and the people are starting to fight back. So these entities, some, I'm not saying that all terrorist attacks are kind of orchestrated, okay, some of them are, okay, not all of them, but this one, and I can see, oh, what's her name? It's not the Home Secretary, is it the Foreign Secretary? Priti Patel, right? I can see her in this crystal ball, right, and it's as if, I've got to watch what I'm saying here, but she's sitting there, right, she's sitting there and she's having a conversation, okay, that's all I'm prepared to say, you can, and it's to do with terrorism, okay, so just be vigilant if you're in London, okay, because I know that, as I say, I always tell you what I know that they have upped the threat level, okay, so I think they're going to try and orchestrate a terror attack. But as I said, some terror attacks haven't been orchestrated, okay, but this one I think is, and it's to frighten the people back into submission. What else am I seeing? I'm seeing the Queen. I'm seeing the Queen. The Queen would like to abdicate, but she's saying I took a no, it's not, I've got this completely wrong, hold on. I don't want to kind of say it, right, hold on, because, right, I see it now, it's clearer. The Queen, Prince Charles, Prince William, and Princess Catherine, it's as if they're all sitting, and it's like a big drawing room, right, and they're sitting around this kind of, and it's a lovely table, don't get me wrong, it is a lovely table, right, and the Queen's sitting there, and they're putting pressure on her to abdicate, and she's saying, I took this oath for life. So she took an oath in I think it was 1954, I'm not sure, I'll need to check the date, and that was for life, okay, so I think a couple, I don't know if it was the predictions or if it was when I was doing my, my reading, but I'm sure that they were putting pressure on her before and she was swithering. So it looks to me as if this time round she's sticking to her guns and she's saying no. I think if I can remember correctly, in the other, it was either the predictions or the reading, Prince William was putting pressure on her. You know, it's the monarchy or it's Prince Andrew, right? Well, it looks as if the Queen's got a bit stronger. She was looking really, really weak, right? But she's got a bit stronger. And she said, no, I took the oath for life. So, whatever that is. So what else? I'm seeing Harry and Meghan. And I think I did a reading. I think it was a reading I did where they're business partners. They're not partners, they're business partners, and I can see them, they're shaking hands, they've got another business venture. And you know, they're actually quite enjoying getting into business together because they've no pressure. They've no pressure. And they can actually get these business ventures off the ground because they've no pressure. And it's as if the media don't care about them anymore. It's as if the public don't really care about them anymore, so they can get these deals done without too much bother. What else am I seeing? Do you know, for those watching in Scotland, I can see sturgeon in this crystal ball, right? And I always tell you what I know, right? And I do a show with two others, right? So I don't want to conflate the two because I know, because we've done research, okay? We've done research on it. So I like to be upfront, right? But this, she's sitting, and I think it's the drawing room of Bute House. Bute House is her residence, right? When she, the First Minister's residence when she's in power. And it's all to do with Alex Salmond. It's all to do with Alex Salmond. Do you know, I don't know if she's going to resign. Or will she survive the term? It's not clear, it's like quite foggy, right? So, but as I say, whatever I see in the, you know, like the predictions or, you know, in the cards, I'm always up front with you and tell you what I know, what I actually know and what I've actually researched. And I researched all about what, you know, how the Alex Salmond kind of court case and everything came about, so I actually know that. So I don't want to kind of influence influence any of the predictions. But that's what I can say. She's sitting in Butte House contemplating the future. And I'm getting a strong tie with France. Strong tie with France. What else? Do you know I'm seeing Russia as well? Russia. And Donald Trump is on the phone to Putin. And they're not enemies. They're actually friends, I would say. The way they're talking on this phone, they're friends, right? And Putin is worried about all the good that's been done between the two countries being undone. Being undone if the Democrats get into power, because I can see war. I can see bombs going off in the Middle East. Bombs going off in the Middle East, right? And I think it's Iran. So they're talking, you know, there's a lot of talking getting done because there's a lot of things riding on this. I think I'm getting told there's a peace rides on this. If world peace, I may as well just tell you what I'm getting, right? World peace relies on Donald Trump getting back in, because it seems to me, and what I'm getting shown, the Democrats are warmongers. The Democrats are warmongers, and they like the money that it makes them. And it's the same way the UK, you know, the Tories are kind of warmongers, and they just go along with whatever's going on, and they want a piece in the action. You know, it's like you get a big pie, that's what I'm being shown, right? And they're all getting a piece of this pie. And world peace, I'm getting told, is hanging by a thread. It's hanging by a thread. Nothing else. I'm still getting Australia, but it's quite faint now. So, but it's just to let me know that they're still to keep a wee eye on Australia. And New Zealand to a certain extent. Anything else? The fight back, I'm getting told the fight back started. The fight back around the globe is started, because they're showing me a globe, you know, like the world. And the fight back, humanity is beginning to fight back now. So, it's fading out now. There you go. So I'd like to thank you for watching. As I said, I'm always up front with things I know and things obviously I get shown, okay? It's just so that I don't get confused with the two and you don't get confused with the two. So I would like to thank you very much for watching. Someone pointed out in the comments that I think I was getting shadow banned or something, but it's evitable that you would get shadow banned because of the subject matter that you're saying. So, but I thank you for watching, I thank you for subscribing, because the subscriber count's gone up. You know, I was just doing this to get the messages out there, and whoever took the messages, you know. So as I said, once again, you've been watching the Third Eye Tarot, and I'm trying to think when the next one will go up. Hopefully Wednesday. Okay, so I'll try and, well no, this will be going up Wednesday, I'm talking rubbish. The next one will be going up maybe next Saturday, okay? So, Anyway, I'll see you again, and apologies because the reading that I done in the update on where we are with the American election, Snooky came to visit and that's all you could hear towards the end of it, so I just hope that you can, she wasn't too loud and you can actually make out what I was saying, okay? Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll be back later. Bye for now.